小老鹰在飞，下面有野狐狸在赶，切记，一言一行，各方面一定要谨慎。
Kuo-yu. He's the boisterous politician who's been grabbing national headlines for decades. He's now landed his most influential role yet. The Kuomintang politician has survived scandals, a mayoral recall, and a spectacular presidential election loss to Tsai Ing-wen in 2020. Now he will serve as Taiwan's legislative speaker.
It will be very interesting to see how this pans out. He's a very affable and charismatic man. He has a very solid support base. Many in the KMT are very fond of him. On the other hand, he has a reputation for not being necessarily very diplomatic, speaking off the cuff and making gaffes, which may make it a little bit harder for him to maintain the neutrality and the diplomatic nature of the position of Speaker of the Legislature.
Han's opening political stint was as a lawmaker in 1992, in the very chamber he will now head. This is when he first entered the spotlight, after assaulting then-fellow lawmaker Chen Sui-bian, hospitalizing the future president. After laying low for years, Han re-emerged in 2018 to run for Kaohsiung City Mayor, in a race seen as a surefire win for rival party, the DPP. In a shock victory, Han landed the job with lofty economic promises. Just 3 months later, he shifted gear to bid for Taiwan's top office against incumbent President Tsai Ing-wen, but he lost, and by a large margin. Then another blow. Kaohsiung residents voted Han out as mayor, the first in Taiwan's democratic history. Analysts back then said it would be hard for the KMT to bounce back.
国民党不管怎么讲，你们需要去找另外一个 superstar。今天输掉了，被罢免掉了。在这种状况之下，国民党要在废墟上面呢重新站起来，确确实实是不容易的。
Today, the opposition party is still fighting to stay relevant after losing the presidential race to give the ruling DPP a historic third straight term in office, while a third reformist party continues to gain influence. But the KMT's role in local politics is far from over, having won the most seats in the country's legislature, giving it the speakership. Now, with tough-talking Han at the helm, the stage is set for some lively debates over the country's future. James Lin and Joyce Tseng for TaiwanPlus.